A very good morning to one and all. So children, after completing some topics from the chapter 4, Motion in the Plane, today we are going to discuss the next topic of the chapter, that is rectangular components of velocity and acceleration. That means in our very first chapter, previous chapter, Motion in a Straight Line, we talked about the derivative formulas of acceleration and velocity, right, in the form of derivative, instantaneous acceleration and instantaneous velocity. Now, if we are having some rectangular component for velocity and acceleration, so how will we get the formula for the instantaneous acceleration and instantaneous velocity, right? So in this particular topic, we are just going to discuss about if components are given in the form of I, J, K, so how we will just calculate the instantaneous values of velocity and acceleration from their average values, because as we earlier know that whenever we are having average value of any quantity, then after applying a limit on that average value, we can convert that value into the instantaneous value, right? That we have done in the earlier chapter in the instantaneous velocity and instantaneous acceleration. So simply what happens if you are having average value of velocity, so if we apply the limit, at what aspect we are just applying the limit? The denominator that we are having for that quantity. Suppose for velocity, that is the rate of change of position, right, or rate of change of displacement or displacement upon time. So we are just calculating the velocity with respect to the time. That's why we will apply the limit of time whenever we are just converting average value of velocity into the instantaneous value, right? So instantaneous value of velocity, after applying the limit delta t tends to 0 on average value of velocity, that will convert into the derivative form, that is dr over dt, and we have done some numerical based on that. Similarly, we can convert that value of acceleration also. So instantaneous acceleration will be equal to the limiting value of average acceleration delta t tends to 0, right? In that case, that will convert into the instantaneous value dv upon dt, right? So now if we are having the rectangular component, so how will we done? So average value of average velocity will be equals to the average velocity will be equals to the rate of change of position. We can say sometimes we are having the displacement directly, but sometimes you are having the change of position, and change of position will also give us the value of the displacement, right? So sometimes we use a term rate of change of position. So rate of change of position delta r over delta d, that means if final position, initial position is r1, final position is r2, so how will we get the change of position? R2 minus R1, and R2 minus R1 can be written as delta R, right? Similarly, time T1 to T2 is changing. So what is the change in the time? So delta T will be equals to the T2 minus T1, right? So directly we have the value delta R upon delta T. Now, if position vector is given to its components, right? So अगर आपके पास position vector components की form में given है, so how will we convert? Suppose xy plane में exist कर रहा है, so that's why आपके पास जो कंपोनेंट्स होंगे वो किस फॉर्म में होंगे? एक्स वाई की ही फॉर्म में होंगे, राइट? तो आपने इससे इन द प्रीवियस टॉपिक वी टॉक्ड अबाउट रेक्टेंगुलर कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ पोजीशन वेक्टर आल्सो, राइट? xi plus yj, right? xi plus yj. Similarly, here we are having, we can convert that value delta r will be equals to, can be written as delta xi plus delta yj. We are just writing the value delta r in terms of the x and y, so we can write down delta xi plus delta yj. We talked about this particular phenomena in the previous lecture, so we will just go through that particular topic, right? So we can write down, we can just place the value in the equation. V average will be equals to the, at place of delta r we can place delta xi plus delta yj upon delta t, right? Now this is the average value of acceleration, this is the average value of velocity. So we can have the next value. Now we can have the instantaneous value of acceleration. So now if we are having the average value of velocity, so by applying the limit we can convert that value into the instantaneous value, right? So instantaneous value of velocity will give us by the limit delta t tends to 0 v average, right? Now we are having the value of the v average in terms of the x and y, so we'll place that value from the above equation in that particular place. So we'll have v instantaneous will be equals to the limit delta t tends to 0 delta xi plus delta yj upon delta t from the last equation, right? Now what will we do? We will just split that limit delta t tends to 0 with each term. upon delta t into I is not common, plus limit delta t tends to 0, delta y upon delta t into j. Right? Now this is delta x upon delta t. This is the change in position along x-axis. Change in position will give us the value of the velocity. Along x-axis, that will be the x component of velocity. So we can write down v delta x upon delta t, that is vx. Right? What does it mean? Delta x upon delta t representing change in position along y x-axis. That change in position will give us the value of the velocity. Along x-axis, that means x component of velocity. So we can write down like vxi. Similarly, d delta y upon delta t, rate of change of position along y-axis. Along y-axis, so rate of change of position will give us the v, and along y-axis, that is the y component of velocity. So we can write down like vyj. Right? Now, this is the formula of velocity in terms of the rectangular component. Right? Again, we have split that velocity into the two components. Rectangular components means both components are perpendicular to each other. Right? So vxi plus vyj. Now, just remember the phenomena of the resolution of vector, that there what we are having, vector a equals to axi plus ayj. Similarly, if we are just splitting it out for the vector f, fxi plus fij. Right? Similarly, we can just do the any of the quantity we can split into the rectangular component if quantity exists in any plane. Right? Now, this is all about the velocity in terms of the rectangular component. Right? Now, if we want to calculate the magnitude, for the magnitude we are having the same formula. V will be equals to, if we just want to calculate the magnitude of V will be equals to the square root of x component of velocity plus square of y component of velocity. This will give us the magnitude of velocity. Right? Now, direction, for direction what we are having, tan theta will be equals to the vx vy upon vx, y component divided by the x component. Right? So this is the rectangular component of velocity, and many of the times in chapter number 4 the velocity is given in terms of the its rectangular components. How velocity is given to you? V will be equals to 2i plus 2j, 2i plus 3j. So what 2j represent? 2j represent the vxi, 2 represent vx, right, and 3 represent Vy. That means this 2 will be the value of the magnitude of the velocity along x-axis and magnitude value of the component along y-axis. Right? So we are having just equation like this. We are not having the equation directly like 2t square plus 5t square plus 4t, whatever the equation like we are having in the chapter number 3. Right? So this is the rectangular component of velocity. Now similarly we are having the rectangular component of acceleration also. Rectangular acceleration in terms of the rectangular component, that average acceleration will be equals to the, similarly as we know, average acceleration will be equals to the delta v upon delta t. Right? So simply if we want to convert it into the instantaneous value, so how will we convert it into the instantaneous value? So instantaneous value, limiting value of average value. Limiting value of average value, that we are having in a very first part whenever we are just doing the instantaneous acceleration and instantaneous velocity. Right? So a will be equals to the dv upon dt. A will be equals to the dv upon dt. Now instantaneous acceleration in terms of the components. So this value delta v upon delta t. Now we want to convert it into the components. So very first we have to split the components of v, right? So a will be equals to the limiting value of average acceleration, and average acceleration is delta v upon delta t. Now how will we convert delta v? V can be written as vxi plus vyj, vxi plus vyj. So we will place the value of v here, vxi plus vyj upon delta t as we are having before. Right? Now this delta, this limiting value will be split with each term. Right? And we can just simplify the terms like limit delta t tends to 0, delta vxi upon delta t plus limit delta t tends to 0, delta vy upon delta t into j. Now this delta vx upon delta t, what did it represent? Rate of change of velocity. Rate of change of velocity. Rate of change of velocity will give you the value of the acceleration. But this x represent the x component along x-axis. That means this will be the x component of acceleration. So you can just write down ax and I will be like this. I representing the direction of ax. Right? This is along x-axis. Now, delta Vy upon delta t, rate of change of velocity along y-axis. So rate of change of velocity will give you the value of the acceleration, and along y-axis will be represented by the y, and j will be as it is. Now we are having the same value, like vector A will be equals to the axi plus ayj. Now this is the value of the instantaneous acceleration in terms of their rectangular component. Right, students? Now, if you want to calculate the magnitude of acceleration, so how will you calculate the magnitude of acceleration? Similarly, square of x component of acceleration plus the square of y component of acceleration. Right? And similarly, we can just calculate the direction, like tan theta will be equals to the ay upon ax. Right? So children, now we will just solve one numerical based on that particular topic. So the things will be. Now, one question is given to you. Suppose a position equation is given to you, 3ti plus 2t square j. Now this equation is in the form of the xi plus yj, right? This will be representing x and I we are having, and this will be representing y into j, right? So position vector is into its rectangular component xi plus yj. Now from this equation we have to calculate instantaneous velocity, instantaneous acceleration, and magnitude and direction of velocity. Right? Now, you have to just know that what is the formula for the instantaneous velocity. So, instantaneous velocity can be written as dr upon dt. Like, there we have written dr over dt. So, we can just have the formula like d over dt of, what is the value of r? 3ti plus 2t square j. Right? Now, just apply the rule of the differentiation here. So now, if we just apply the rule of the differentiation, so d over dt of 3ti, we cannot, because I is representing the direction, so we cannot just differentiate this side, 2t into square root j. Now, just apply the rule of the differentiation here. So, 3t, so 3, this will be c into u rule, right? So, this 3 will be constant. So this will be out from the differentiating. D over dt of t, right? That will be 1. So we will have 3 into 1, 3 into I plus d over dt of 2t square. So 2 will be constant. D over dt of t square. So power will be multiplied and minus from 1 power, that is j. So we will have 3i plus 4tj. This will be the value of the velocity in terms of rectangular components. Like, so this 3 will representing Vx and I is given to you, and this is representing Vy into j. Right? Now again, next we have to calculate instantaneous acceleration. So instantaneous acceleration will be equals to the dv over dt. Now from this equation you are having just the value of the velocity. So just put the value in the equation, like d over dt of 3i plus 4tj. Now again differentiate the equation. So a will be equals to the d over dt of 3i plus d over dt of 4tj. Now 3 is constant and I is representing the direction. So this will be totally treated as a constant value. So d over dt of 3 will be 0 plus d over dt of 4t. So 4 will be constant and differentiation of t will be 1. d over dt of t is 1 and 4 into 1, that is 4 into j. So you will only have 4j meter per second square. Right, children? Now the question is given to you. You have to calculate the magnitude and the velocity. Now you have to calculate magnitude and direction at t equals to 1 second. T equals to 1 second. So at this equation, from this equation, at t equals to 1 second, you will just have the value of the velocity, like v will be equals to the magnitude of V. And now whenever you are just calculating the direction, so how will you calculate the direction of V? Like for direction, tan theta will be equals to the Vy upon Vx. And what is the value of Vy? So this tree will be representing the Vx and this will be representing, 4 will be representing the value of the Vy. So Vy will be equals to the 4 upon 3 tan theta. So there will be maybe some pointed decimal value of the angle here, but sometimes you will get just complete value of the angle, right? So this is the one example of the numerical, the topic that we have covered today, that is acceleration and velocity in terms of the rectangular component. This type of numericals we are having in exams for the 3 to 2 marks question, 2 to 3 marks question, right? So we are having some more questions over here, but if you will just practice these numericals, these types of the numericals, so concept will be more clear to you all, right children? We are not having a derivation of the velocity and acceleration in terms of the rectangular component. You have to just understand the process and we have to just implement that process in numerical part. Right children? So children, that's all for today. Thank you.